Welcome students. Now we are studying class 7 history chapter 2 new kings and kingdoms. In our last class we studied about the Chola empire, especially how Cholas came to power as well as their temples and bronze sculptures. Now we are going to study about agriculture and irrigation. So many new developments in agriculture were made during Chola period. Look at map 2 again. Notice that the river Kaveri branches off into several small channels before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. Let's go to map number 2 again. This is map number 2. And this is river Kaveri. River Kaveri branches off into several small channels before it reaches to Bay of Bengal. See the branches. These channels overflow frequently. These channels overflow. So that's why the sediment laden river water deposits the fertile soil on their banks on the side of the river. Water from these channels also provides the necessary moisture for agriculture, particularly the cultivation of rice. For cultivation of rice, these channels provide the necessary moisture. Moisture is required, water is required for cultivation of rice, and these channels provide the required amount of moisture or water for the cultivation of rice in this area. Now see the next paragraph. Although agriculture had developed earlier in other parts of Tamil Nadu, it was only from the 5th and 6th century that this area was opened up for large-scale cultivation. Large-scale cultivation started only in 5th and 6th century. Forest had to be cleared in some region. In some region, forests were cleared. Land had to be leveled in other areas. In an undulating land were also required to be leveled. In the delta region, embankments had to be built to prevent flooding, and canals had to be constructed to carry water to the fields. In many areas, 2 crops were grown in a year. So what is embankment? Actually, if this is a river, on these banks embankments are made. Embankments meaning it is in Hindi we call it as bandh. So both the sides or both the banks of the river embankments are made to prevent flooding. In many cases, it was necessary to water crop artificially, and watering a crop artificially is known as irrigation. Irrigation. A variety of methods were used for irrigation. In some areas, wells were dug, while in other places, huge tanks were constructed to collect rainwater, and collecting rainwater is known as rainwater harvesting. So there were two main sources of irrigation, two main means of irrigation. One was well and another was tank. Remember that irrigation works require planning, organizing labor and resources, maintaining these works, and deciding on how water is to be shared. Most of the new ruler as well as the people living in village took an active interest in these activities. Now see this picture. This picture is showing a 9th century sluice gate in Tamil Nadu. It regulates the outflow of water from a tank into a channel that irrigates the field.